100.
Welcome to Keeping 100 Oklahoma High School Sports on this Sunday. We almost through the month of July. And you know what happens after the month of July? What kicks off?
Football
season. High school football 2020. Was it 2023?
2023.
Man, it's crazy how you say 2023, but they finished playing up at what? No, they finished in 2023.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I was kind of getting mixed up on that. It's when you go to the spring sports is when it's 2024, but it's really the 2023 season. Folks, what's going on this morning? This afternoon, Mr. Jonah and Ethan?
Tired, sleepy, yard work.
Same without the yard work. We hire somebody to do that.
He said hire somebody.
Hire somebody to do that. Man, that is my getaway time. I'm upset right now. I got a nice riding lawnmower. Let my boys use it a few years back, and they don't know how to take care of shit. Please beep that out. But once again, they don't know how to take care of shit. So I took it into the shop, got it fixed, had a little oil leak in the gas tank. So my neighbor across the street came over, diesel mechanic guy came over, hooked me up, put some stuff on it. It's not leaking. So Deshaun takes it apart. Now he don't know how to put it back together.
Oh, yeah.
So I got that sucker out there fixed, ready to go, but can't use it. So then my Honda, because we had to take the seat off to get the gas tank off and, rearrange some things to get it to work. So then my Honda, the set propel goes out. So I cut it last week without the set propel. And that's a workout, folks. You know, back in the day, you could do that. But shit, now when you got that set propel and you just pushing it, goes itself, I ain't trying to do that. I make too much money to be trying to do that. That's when I was a kid trying to make some money to go pay for a basketball camp. But so I took it into the shop. So hopefully I can get it back before I head out.
Cut your grass this week?
Well, I cut the front, but I haven't got
front yard looks real good.
Front yard looks good.
What about that side yard though?
The side I haven't got a chance to cut yet. So
it's nothing to cut. It's dirt.
No, it got a little bit of dirt. It got like grass.
It's a dust bowl.
Dust bowl. Well, that's my new bowl. Dust bowl.
Dust bowl.
Dust bowl.
Yeah.
But like I said, hopefully I can get that cut because we'll be heading off to Prime Nationals this week. Out there in
where at?
Plano, Texas.
Plano,
Texas. We'll get about we start. I think the skills competition and all that kicks off Wednesday night.
What does that mean? Oh, like individual awards.
Yeah, little individual awards. A little 3-point contest, free throw shooting contest.
Like a little all-star weekend.
All-star week. Then we'll kick off our first game. It'll be Thursday morning at 10 o'clock. Then we got the rest of the afternoon off in Texas.
You got one game.
Got one game.
They do it on purpose.
Yeah, they do. You got to make that what? It's all about that what? All about the Benjamins, baby. That's what it's about. So we'll do that. But a little shout out to my baby girl Zoe Johnson. She went to UCO camp last week and did good. Got a couple awards. Got a free throw champion. She got MVP of the camp. It was a boys' camp, so she went out there and did her thing. Her and the Baller twins, Annabelle and Brindley. Their team went undefeated on 5-on-5. I got the chance to go down Wednesday and check them out, and they all three did good, and their cousin. So they get ready for prime time, and then after prime time, we get ready for MAYB. It'll be held here in Oklahoma. It's like the big tournament of all tournaments. Basketball. It'll be a good one. We got all the big dogs coming. We got AOH, team out of Lubbock, Texas. You got Phenom that's won AAU Nationals, and they just won the Roses, the gun for the Roses, the Roses for the gun, whatever it's called. They'll be coming here. A couple of girls from Kansas United we used to play with went to that team. You got us, Crush Queens will be in it. You got who else you got? You got Mo Grind. So we got some tough teams. You got Indiana Future, one of the best teams that's won it the last few years. So
where's this at?
It's going to be held right here in Oklahoma. So you guys can come check them out.
Oh, we're at?
We're at
I think they're gonna be. They kind of go all over. Last year they played at Destiny Christian, played at Carl Albert. Hopefully I can get the games at Carl Albert, so it's right down the street from my house, and I ain't got to drive nowhere.
That'd be nice.
I texted Zoe the other day, so she wants to get some of that workout. She didn't respond back.
But soon as basketball over, she's on them bungee cords right now. We got her working, jumping, and
it's not the same.
It's not the same, but she don't play football though.
Yeah, not about football. It's not like I'm gonna put on a sled or something.
You know what I'm saying? So she said she probably don't want none of that.
She don't want none of that.
But like I said, we're getting into football season. You can see we got the Dell City helmet up. Last time we had the Carl Albert helmet up.
For a new helmet. What's that coach's name, man?
Coach Jones. I like that helmet. That helmet means you win the war.
That shit look like it's from '92.
92. Packed it with Roman
Who was number
Durham
30? Who was it? He stole somebody's helmet. Get his garage.
I don't know whose helmet that is. They just threw me that helmet. But like I said, we got Dell City's Braelon Adamah coming on. They're outstanding. He used to be running back, then moved to slot receiver.
What number is he?
Braelon Adamah. You would ask me that. I think he's number 3.
Man, I watch him play.
He's a good little player. He
Yeah.
plays corner.
He's been
plays,
I think he's been a 3-year starter for him.
3-year starter for
Yeah.
him. So he got moved over from because they had the running back come over from.
Oh, did they move a man over?
Yeah, they moved him over, but I mean, we'll talk to him about it. I mean, I think he's getting some looks. So, but they had the kid come over from southeast.
Yeah.
What's his
Couple
name?
of
What's his name? Fields.
Yeah, you got Rodney and LaDainian
Yeah,
Fields.
Rodney
that came in.
Fields.
The one that's
he's committed to Oklahoma State. Yeah, so and then they got a couple other good little running back: Rickland Holmes, Aaron Carter. They got Mr. Green, that's just a junior. I really like him, number 28. I'm a big fan of him, but I mean he's loaded in the backfield. Then you add the quarterback.
How's that quarterback look?
River
What was it? River what?
River Warren.
River Warren.
How's he
That's
look?
like a poker name, huh?
Yeah.
There you go. See, River got you fired up. Got you going.
Goddamn.
Yeah, but
Who just walked in the door.
I don't know. I'm fixing to get some New Salem fans put in. So
Oh, really?
yeah. I got my niece and her boyfriend. He does. That's what you got to know. When you know people, you save money. And I'm about a cheap ass person.
Yes.
This guy's cheaper. This dude's a millionaire. He was cheap as hell.
That's why I'm a billionaire. I keep my money.
This guy is. He is. I'm telling you right now. Before we get this shit going, Gabe Johnson. That should be his dad right here. That's about the cheapest kid. Zoe sold some popcorn.
She what?
She sold some popcorn for her fundraiser, right?
Oh man, you sent me that link. I ain't gonna lie. I love Zoe. I support her, but $10 for a bag of popcorn is ridiculous.
Come on, man. It's for my baby girl, man.
Gold-plated popcorn?
Hey, that popcorn, boy, when you shit, you should go popcorn.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I need to strain my shit, huh? My mic went out.
So you didn't buy a bag of popcorn, man?
He said no.
I'm talking about you.
I can't hear it, man. My mic. I can't hear what you
Folks,
said.
you said we keep it as 100.
Wow.
Uncle Jonah. Uncle Jonah.
Man.
Didn't buy a bag of popcorn, living on a
I
$2
don't like
million
popcorn.
home, but didn't buy a bag of popcorn.
I don't like
You know what I'm
popcorn.
saying? I mean, you don't like popcorn? It ain't about the popcorn. You give it to somebody for Christmas. Fix your mic, man. You all
I
static.
told her to come over. I was going to put her to work, give her some money.
Okay.
I don't hear any static coming from
That's Jonah's mic, man.
I
He
don't
all
hear
static
anything.
it up, man. It's good now. You feeling good now. What else going on, Big E? I know you kind of excited. OU just got another commit.
Yeah.
I don't.
Taylor Tatum.
Well, I mean, you getting all these running backs and all these quarterbacks, but you only got position for one person.
Nah, they'll run three. They'll run three tailbacks.
No, you need that depth, and then with the running back position, you need depth there. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm
Trying
trying
to
to get him
pull
to turn that light off right there, man. They ain't coming in interrupting our show. It's called Keep It 100.
What am I doing?
No, I was talking. Tony's over here knocking on the door.
I
over
thought
there.
he's knocking for
my bad.
good luck or something.
But no, he. So
Hold on,
you need that depth at the.
Yeah, you got to run three tailbacks.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's why they do it. And then they're probably going to sign another one. I guarantee you they're going to sign another one in this class, whether it be
I think taking two.
Caden Durham, because they already got Xavier
from
Robinson, and then they
Probably
just got Taylor
Caden.
Tatum.
He's originally from.
I think from like the
Oklahoma.
Moore area.
He went to Southmore.
Yeah, Caden Durham from the South.
Noah ran track with him.
Yeah,
What
and
schools he
then
go to?
He's
in Texas, right?
Duncanville.
What's his name, son? That you ran track
Oh, you
with?
talking about
Durham.
Corey's boy?
Yeah.
He used to be over. He used to be at Sophomore.
Right.
Then he left and went over there. He's been balling
Have
out,
you seen
man.
this kid before, Caleb Bell?
Caleb who?
Bell.
Sounds familiar. Maybe
Look
not.
that up when you get a chance. This boy is cold.
Caleb Bell.
And get no recruit.
We're gonna start branching out to Texas. We're gonna have a young man come on to Texas here the next few weeks. But folks, like I said, we're gonna talk a little high school football today. We have a special guest over from Dell City. And what we're gonna do each week, probably have a coach and a player on. But the next few weeks before the season kicks off, we're gonna break down 6A, 6A1, 6A2. Talk about probably the top 5 teams in their division, some players, and then we'll go to 5A. We're kind of doing some 5A now since we started with Carl Albert last show with Coach Dunn, and he talked about some of his players. Do the same thing with Dell City. You got Dell City sitting at number 2, then you got Guthrie sitting at number 3, then Elgin. It just tells you how 5A's changed. Nobody knew who the hell Elgin was, but the last couple of years, they put themselves on the mat. And then Piedmont, Sapopa come in. Sapopa's a good team, but I tell you, Piedmont comes in. They got a new AD now. The Goose is loose from Newcastle. Now he's going to take his talent over to Piedmont. So Goose was at Choctaw. He's done some good things. So Piedmont's got a good guy in the Goose. So good luck to them. You got McAllister comes in at number 7. It just tells you, last year you had what was the team with our guy Ford, Kawita. They're not even in the top 10.
They lost their.
Man, that just tells you not even in the top 10.
They did lose a lot of people.
I know, but not in the top 10. You had a chance to win state going defeated, and you're not even in the top 10.
This is all paper.
I understand, but I'm just telling you, this is where we're sitting at right here, though. So, like I said, we'll get into that. But Big E, like I said, you get this running back, man. He came down to Oregon and OU.
USC.
USC. So it tells you, man, you got to give it up to Venables a little bit because he's going head-to-head with.
That ain't Venables.
That's DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray's putting in that work, man.
Well, I'm just saying, OU, you're going head-to-head against USC, and everybody talked about how good Lincoln Riley is, a good coach, and you got Caleb Williams and all that. But I tell you, after this year, they're going to fall off because Caleb's going to probably take them to the national championship.
No.
That defense, no. That defense is terrible.
Starting linebackers.
They might be able to make a national championship if they can fire Grinch and then get somebody in there that actually knows.
Man, you just saying though. When Grinch was here, you used to wear a T-shirt that had Grinch.
No, I was never a fan of Grinch.
I love the Grinch.
I was never a fan of Grinch.
Christmas is still my favorite. I love the Grinch.
They got to figure out if they're even going to have a conference.
Yeah. No, I was never a fan of Grinch. I mean, I bought into the hype when he first got here, and then I saw the product, and I was like, what? I don't know.
He may make
That's why, Lincoln Riley, if he continues doing what he's doing, he will never win a national championship because he puts too much emphasis on offense and not enough on defense.
Right.
Both of them got to work to win a national championship.
Right. So, I mean, with the new Big 12, who you guys think could take over the new Big? I mean, with the Big 12 this year, who you think will win it this year? With OU and Texas still in it, their last year in it, who you think will be the team? Because I think adding those teams that you added is going to put some powerhouse. BYU can knock some people off Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? You got some.
UCF first.
Yeah, UCF. I think of the new teams, I think the top 2 teams that have the best chance is UCF and Houston.
Right.
Just because I think those are easy cities to recruit to.
And who's Houston coach now?
Dana Holderson.
Oh, they used to be at West Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, he already knows the league a little bit. So I think Houston could take off in the Big 12.
See that cup,
I think.
100.
Yeah, that's a nice cup.
Thank you.
But
get you guys one for Christmas.
All right. But yeah, I think Oklahoma State could have a chance.
I think Oklahoma State's gonna be pretty good this year.
You think they have a quarterback though?
They got that. They got that transfer
freshman
from Michigan, and then they got that sophomore or something. But yeah, I can't remember his name. Last name is like Rangel or something like that. They had him. They gave him a little bit of burn last year.
I say Oklahoma will win it.
You think OU will win it?
I think OU could bounce. If not OU, then Texas.
I don't think Texas is gonna be any good.
No.
They lost the running backs, so didn't they lose both running backs?
They lost both running backs, but you got Xavier Worthy coming back. They got a bunch of pieces coming back on defense as well. I don't want Texas to win the Big 12, but just on paper they look pretty good. But you can say that every year about Texas,
right.
And but I think OU has a good chance. Kansas State has a good chance. Texas Tech. I think all 3 of those teams are, they're all good enough to win it. I don't know if any of those new teams coming in are good enough to win it this year. Mm-hmm. If any of them have a chance, UCF probably has the best chance of the new teams that are coming in to win it this year. But yeah, I think it'd be pretty funny, to see OU and Texas's last season in the Big 12, and that's the Big 12 championship right there. Which a lot of cool stuff was talked about for the Big 12 and media days and stuff.
Got lights going off, TVs going off. I got to find out what's going on.
Yeah.
You hired electricians.
I'll keep talking about Big 12.
Talk about it, baby.
So Big 12. So they had Big 12 media days were a couple weeks ago now. Week ago.
That was a week ago. It was last week.
Last week. So you had Brett Yorkmark. I think that's his last name. I think that's how you say it. Announced some pretty cool stuff coming to the Big 12. Last year he announced a Big 12 Pro Day. So all the Big 12 prospects that are looking for a shot in the NFL, the conference is going to have their own pro day, which I think is pretty cool. And I think you'll see other conferences follow suit in that. But that's one of the things that he's bringing to the table. And then he said like a big musical performance at the halftime show of the Big 12 championship. which the connections he has in the music industry, used to being running things for Jay-Z. So I really do. I like the direction the Big 12 is going.
Too late?
I wouldn't say too. I think I've heard that like OU's like, oh, now they're doing all this with the Big 12, but OU's on the way out. But I think financially it's still the right decision for OU. You're going to be the TV deals and everything you're going to be getting in the SEC as recruits. And then like as far as what's the word, geographical, I mean, I think that's just makes the most sense.
Right.
Now you're going to be, it opens up more avenues for rivalries too. You're bringing back OU and Missouri. OU's right. I mean, main one's still going to be Texas, but I think of the new ones. The new ones, I could see one with Arkansas starting up. I could see one with Texas A&M. What was that?
Is Arkansas good enough?
I think they'll be. They had a good season last year. I don't know if they'll be able to keep that up.
For some reason, I see
Maybe.
Georgia.
Georgia?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's possible. I can see it happening, but the first time they met was back in that Rose Bowl a few years back when we choked it. Thank you, Lincoln Riley, for that. But
no, they met once before, I thought.
No, that was the first meeting between. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that was the first meeting between the two schools. So, but yeah, I'm excited for the move to the SEC.
Are you really?
Yeah, I think. I mean,
It's not gonna look
first
the
couple.
same.
First couple years are probably going to be rough, especially after seeing that schedule get released. You had Alabama coming to town, Tennessee, and then you got to go to. I think you're going to Ole Miss, to LSU, and I think to Auburn as well. So I mean, those are all three places that are hard to play in.
Right.
Tough places to play, but I mean, there's not going to be any easy games in the SEC. You're not going to have a Kansas or a West Virginia or occasionally an Iowa State.
Well, I don't think SEC is that good, though. I think it's just two top teams, really.
No, I mean, I have to
if you
disagree.
think about the bowl games when Big 12 play them, we beat them every year, though.
Yeah,
I get it's just one game.
Yeah.
one
I mean, we
exhibition
beat them
game.
every year, but
But Vanderbilt's not good. Missouri's not good. Texas A&M really not that good. It's just a name.
yeah. And then Kentucky, you could
Kentucky's
throw
not
them in
good.
there.
They're
But
mid-
I mean, you got
mid-range.
Alabama,
Yeah, Alabama,
Georgia.
sometimes LSU.
LSU, Tennessee's heating up.
Right, but that's
know.
I'm saying consistently. LSU.
Consistently.
I mean, that's just a wave that Tennessee's riding right now.
Yeah, but I don't know.
That's my opinion.
I just think I think it's more so financially than anything.
Oh yeah, right.
So
Good
but
over here.
I'm trying to get
Yeah.
the TV back up.
Nobody worry about that TV, man. Come
Man,
on.
you gotta have the logo up there. That's what pays
You got the
bills.
logo right here. Look at that.
Yeah.
Keeping it 100.
Well, folks, we're gonna take a quick break after what?
after one of our sponsors.
Keeping it 100 Oklahoma High School Sports.
Man, Dad, all this crazy weather has gotten our roof and gutters all messed up.
Good thing we know some guys over at Rain Down Roofing and Gutters. They can inspect and repair your roof and gutters and get in contact with your insurance company in 72 hours or less.
Call Jay Hunt at Rain Down Roofing and Gutters at 405-473-0674. No job is too big or too small for Rain Down Roofing and Gutters. Welcome back to Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports. As you can see, we had a little lights go out. Like I said, I'm getting some new ceiling fans put in. But it ain't going to stop the show because we always got to keep it rocking and rolling because it's football season. But today we have a special guest all the way from the city of Dale City, the outstanding safety, cornerback, running back, slot receiver, where the hell Coach Jones want to play him. He's going to make a play.
said
Mr.
punter and
Braelon
kicker.
Adamah. How you doing, Braelon?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, we can't complain. I know you ready your senior year, man. Like I said, man, Dale City's come up short the last 2 years. They get there to the playoffs. They have a hell of a year. You guys lost some tough games last year against McAllister, Coweta. Then you lose to Carl Albert in the playoffs with the snow, the dog search, whatever hell you want to call it. But, I know you're ready to get it started this season. You guys had a couple move-ins, man, but I know they've kind of moved you around. But being a team player that you are, you just want to get on the field and make plays.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
yeah. So Braelon, tell us a little bit about yourself. I got Jonah, like I said, I got Jonah and Ethan on the phone with us, and they're gonna ask you some questions too. But just tell us a little bit about yourself though, because you have played multiple positions. You come in as a number. Vipe has you ranked as a top 3 running back in 5A. Then it has you as a top 100. 10, ranked number 5 out of the top 100 defensive backs. So, I mean, tell me a little bit about yourself. What you've been doing to prepare for this season, your senior season.
Well, I've been just working staying out of trouble, just working,
Please stay out of
working
trouble.
with summer pride.
What kind of trouble you was getting into?
Hey, I just don't like because I live in a bad environment. So
That's what I'm talking about.
hey, so I just been staying out of trouble, putting my mind on the right things, and staying close to God.
That's it. That's it. You know,
Yes, sir.
it's good for a young man to sit there and say, "Hey, man, I live in a bad neighborhood, but I'm trying to keep myself out of that negative environment because you know you got a lot going for you going into your senior year, being on that
Yes,
four
sir.
by one state championship, track team.
What
know,
leg you
so
running 4x1? My bad. I keep doing
Third leg and fourth leg, whatever leg they want
it.
me
Yeah,
in.
whatever leg you want to run.
That's it. That's it. The man got some speed, man. The guy can get up and go. But like I said, they moved you around in different positions. I know you get a running back that comes in over from Southeast. Then you have some other guys you were sharing the rock with. But now you guys get a guy that comes in from Oklahoma State, one of the top running backs in the state. What's his name again? Is it
Rodney Fields.
Rodney Fields? What's that been like? Him coming over. It's going to take some carries from you, but at the end, it's also going to help you.
Yeah, I didn't really care because I know what Rodney can do. I played with him in Little League, so I know what he can do, and I also know what I can do at receiver. So it kind of worked out. So,
That's a great attitude to have right there because you said, hey, man, you know what? Most guys would have pouted and said he's taking away carries. But, we were sitting here just talking about OU before we brought you on the phone. OU's were getting all these running backs, to commit to them. And you're like, man, how they going to get them all the ball? But running backs are kind of like tires on the car.
Right.
You got to keep that thread on. Less miles. And so now you moving out to slot receiver. Now you in open space. You got one-on-one coverage instead of having linebackers spy on you. Now they got to worry about Rodney. They got to worry about you. They got to worry about LaDainian on the outside. So you guys bring so many weapons to them, and plus they still can put you in the backfield and catch a ball and do some damage. So
See you out in motion.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So like you said, I mean, which side of the ball do you like better? Do you like offensive side of the ball? Or do you like the defensive side of the ball?
defense. I like to hit defense.
He got serious.
Ooh, boy, hey, that help went up a notch. The defense. Hey, I like that because I didn't like the hit, and I was a defensive back, so I'm gonna keep it 100. I didn't like the hit. I like to tackle and knock balls down, but I didn't like the hit, and that's the difference, though, man. If you got a guy, and that's the thing about it, Coach Jones can play you at the corner, he can play you at the safety. Now you like to come up and hit people, so you get to do a little damage on it. So going into your senior year, what's been some of the things that you've been working on the most?
Things I've been working on the most: staying disciplined is consistent.
You got any questions for him?
Yeah, anytime we talk to Coach Jones, we have him on the show quite a bit, and every time we bring him on, your name gets brought up. Your coach just has a lot of respect for you just being a team player and everything. So just kind of talk about your relationship with Coach Jones.
My relationship with Coach Jones, I remember the first time I got to Dale City High School. I used to always talk crazy to the upperclassmen. And he used to tell me, he said, okay, you go get humbled one day. And my sophomore year, I had started my sophomore year, and I did get humbled. I came to him. I said, Coach Jones, you was right. He said, yeah, it's a big boy game.
So did
I've
you
been close with him.
Oh,
I've been close with him ever since. He like a father figure to me for real. So I never really had one. So he's like a father figure to me.
That's good.
He's taught me a lot.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. It's Jones is like you said. He's a guy that he loves you guys on and off the field. And that's what makes him so special to have that Dale City job. I know Coach Don was there. Then Don and Jones has been together for a while. But I think when I said this a couple of weeks ago when Carl Albert hired Don and then Dale City hired Jones, Andy won. He won. He killed two birds with one stone because you got a great coach at Carl Albert now that's doing big things, and you got Coach Jones over at Dale City doing big things, and you guys get you get an early Christmas gift with River Warren coming in. What's it been like? I know you going out the receiver and with a quarterback that can sling the rock like him. What's it been like having him on the campus with you guys?
It's actually pretty cool. We actually build a chemistry pretty fast, so I like him. That's my boy.
Yeah. So, if you're looking at him, you looked at the last few years that, last year you had, little man playing quarterback, could throw the ball real well, but I think he was just undersized. Now you got a guy that's 6'3", 6'4", that can see down the field. what's going to be your connection with him? Are you guys going to do a lot of fades, a lot of pops? What you got?
He's like, man, that's a secret.
Man, it ain't a secret because DLC gonna come right at you. They don't give a shit. They coming right at you. They ain't gonna, Jones ain't gonna back down for nobody. He gonna let you know what he's coming at. But adding Fields to you guys at the other receiver. I mean, what's it been like with you two, you and him? Are y'all both on the same side? Are y'all on the opposite side? Are y'all gonna try to stretch the defense a lot? I mean, what's kind of the game plan with you two?
I'm on the opposite side of LaDainian, so it's spread out.
Smart.
It's spread.
Smart. And then with Coach Madonna, him leaving and getting the head coaching job at Shawnee, you're going to have another guy coming in there calling the offense. I think it's going to be y'all's quarterback coach.
Clark.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So talk about is it kind of like the same scheme but new terminology, or is it completely different? How is that?
Yes, sir. It's the same school, the same scheme. It's the same scheme, just different stuff.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
So on the defensive side of the ball, you talk about y'all's offense in the prep, the prep magazine, and talk about how dominant your offense is. But I mean, you play both sides of the ball. What's the defense going to be like? I know you got some new guys over there. You lose a lot. Losing oh boy, that went to Oklahoma State. What's his? I can't even think of his name now.
Oklahoma State.
He went to Oklahoma State.
Foreman.
Yeah, Foreman. You're losing Foreman on the line. And the year before that, you lose, Stone. You guys got to replace some of these guys. Who's going to be some of the guys up front that's going to step up and help you guys?
Really, all of them. Iliami Lewis, Fred Casby, Quaylen Goodman. Yes, sir. So.
And then they talk about y'all secondary being one of the best around. And he says the best secondary he's coached since he's been there. And he's had some good guys come through there. Who's all going to be in that secondary with you?
Demarion Turner, LaDainian Fields, me, of course. And on the other corner, who was it? I think it's Kadarius. No, just Sean McAllister.
Yeah, McAllister, because McAllister moves from linebacker to safety now, man. So you got
yes, sir.
two hard-hitting safeties back there, you and him. And I'm a big fan of McAllister. I like his game, man. The kid last year was just a sophomore, and now he's going to be a junior. But I think by the time this is all said and done, you guys will have 7 to 8 guys go Division I, small D1, big D1, but it just shows you how much talent you got. You're looking at the rankings right now in 5A. You got Carl Albert number 1, which you guys won't play them unless it's in the playoff. You got Dell City number 2. You got Guthrie number 3. Then you got Elgin, Sapopa, Piedmont, McAllister, Bishop Kelly, Lodmac, and El Reno finish it out. You had Quita, the team that was with the top team last year in 5A, not even in the top 10. So that tells you how much has changed this year. You got Elgin, a team that's standing out. Guthrie, that is a pretty good team every year. Has always been Carl Albert's mentor. They always kind of get him fits a lot. Then you talk about a team like Bishop McGinnis has always been in the top 10. It's not even in the top 10 because 1, they lose their quarterback to the great Dell City, and then 2, they lose their outstanding linebacker and defensive tight end to Carl Albert. So it just tells you right there,
like
you lose 2 guys and they're not even in the top 10. But if you look at some of these teams, I know only team that I see that you guys will play in the regular season is McAllister. But everybody's talking about that Carl Albert. I know we kind of got a crystal ball sitting on this table is a Dell City helmet. But tell me, what would it be like playing Carl Albert in the state championship? What would it be like to you?
So me, I really take it personal. But right now, I'm just focused on the next game, which is Choctaw. So.
Woo! Hey, them Yellow Jackets said you did. I'm going to get this hype a little bit. We got to get it going.
First week?
Man,
hey, they play first week. You know what Coach Corbin said? He said, when we play them Eagles, we'll win 100 out of 100 at home.
When he say that?
He said it in the paper after they got beat last year. He said.
Oh, he said that this year or last?
He said it last year after they got beat by him. He said, hey, when we play them at home, we win 100 out of 100. You guys got to take y'all's talent over to the Choctaw Yellow Jacket, which they just put in a new track. Ethan that's sitting to the right of me is a Yellow Jacket. He's riding around here buzzing and stinging, thinking they're going to win a gold ball this year.
Is there going to be a dress at the stadium?
A dress?
Yeah.
What do you mean a dress?
Is it a new stadium?
No, it's the same one. They
Oh.
decorated it a little bit. They got a new track on it. I think they're supposed to redo some other stuff to it, but I don't know.
Oh, you talking about a new
Anyways.
dress? Oh, I think it's the same address.
Same address.
Same address. So you got Choctaw, man. You know they got Will Smith as one of their top guys. I don't know who they got at quarterback. I know you guys are probably trying to get ready for him because it's week 1. You guys about a month away from playing them guys. What's the talk around campus like? You know, last year was a good game. You played in that game. What's it going to be like this year playing Yellow Jackets at Choctaw?
I think it'd be pretty fun as long as we can control what we control. That's it. Be disciplined.
You know, for the
That's it.
That's it. So what's for people that don't know, you guys got a thing that y'all put on y'all wear on y'all's back. It ain't y'all's names. It's called what?
C-Dep.
Tell the people that don't know what that stands for.
C-Dep. C is for commitment. D is for discipline. E is for effort. P is for pride. And T is for toughness.
And you guys take that really, really, really personal because I know you guys
sir.
wear that a lot, though. You know, talking to Coach Jones, you know, I know you've been like a 3-year starter. You know, we kind of talked this morning. What's some of the schools that you're looking at, and some schools that are looking at you?
Some schools that are looking at me right now is Kansas State, and I'm looking at them too.
I like it. Tell them to come on and sign the papers today. Don't wait, because you got
sir.
your man up there. Y'all both can be in that secondary wrecking shit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Who else you got? Who else is kind of giving you some love?
Right now, it's just Kansas State. Right now,
Is there some schools that you like, or is it just Kansas State is what you're shooting for?
Kansas State and TCU.
UCU, that's it. Hey, I tell you, there's a good school up here in Oklahoma too. The UCO Broncos, OU, OSU. I mean, you know, if they call your number, baby, they not going to let them open the door and let them talk to you.
Y'all let it open. That's my blessing.
That's it. Hey, you know, that's big thing. So, you know, it seems like, you know, you want to go play at the next level. What is your academics? What would you want to major in?
Oh, what I want business or law.
That's it, man. I like it, man. You got your head together, man. You know, so do you get back to the community? Because you talk about living in a rough neighborhood, man, and I know a lot of young kids in the neighborhood look up to you. You know, what do you try to tell them, you know, to kind of keep them out of trouble?
Keep them out of trouble. I just go to different path, go a different way. Don't be a follower.
Yes, that's it. Jonah, you have a question for him?
No, I don't know anything.
Yeah, E?
Nah, you know, I've been a fan of you, you know, just following you guys' program ever since I graduated high school, you know. Couldn't be a too big fan of y'all while I was in high school because we played y'all about every year. But, just watching you guys, being around y'all's team, you know, and knowing how Coach Jones run things, I got a huge respect for you and your team. And, I'm excited for this upcoming season. I just want to wish you guys good luck. And, to be completely honest, I think it'd make me really happy to see y'all lift up that gold ball at the end of the year. So, I really want to see that happen for you guys.
Yes, sir.
That's big time, though. That's big time, though, man. Like, Brandon, I just tell you, man, you've done some big things being over at Dell City, man. You know, your last 3 years, like you said, being a starter. You got a chance to go out your senior year with one of the best teams that's ever been at Dell City in a long, long time, man. It's been like since 1974, 75. It's the last time they won a state championship, and I know you would like to be the one to win it in 2023, you know, with your class. And like I said, you guys got some great Christmas gifts, man, with River coming in and the Danian, you know, the cousins coming in, man, the running back and the outstanding receiver, man. I mean, we had LaDainian on the show a few months back, man, and, you know, the kid really didn't have nothing. And then it's funny, man, he makes one school change, and then the kid already has about 10 D1 offers, man. It's you know, and he did the same thing at Southeast. He was showing out and breaking ankles and making catches and passes and everything he did. But it's just funny how you go to one school and he goes to teen camp, and then everybody sees him. He goes to a camp and runs a good 4.3, 4.4, and, you know, everybody jump on board. So, good luck to you this season, man. And, you know, like I said, like you said, stay out of trouble, keep them grades. You never know who's watching you, so, you know, and Coach Jones going to do everything he can to get you in the right school. And when you get that opportunity to get in that school, make sure you take care of business, man. I mean, hit them grades, because I tell you, it becomes a full-time job. High school's a little job, but when you get to college and the next level, it becomes a full-time job. So they got their finger on you. They're going to have that scholarship is worth $100,000, $150,000, and they're going to get every penny out of you. So make sure you just stay focused, okay?
Yes, sir.
Well, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. Good luck, and
Thanks
we'll see.
for having me.
No,
Thank
man.
you.
I'm glad you came on, man. You deserve every little shout out you can because you're a 3-year starter. I mean, everybody needs to know who you are, even though they do. But like I said, all the little pub it does, getting you on the show and everybody can hear you talk. And like I said, you got your head in the right direction, man. So you're gonna do big things this season, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Well, folks, that's Mr. Braelon Adamah, man, the outstanding defensive back, receiver, running back, wherever Coach Jones want to play him. Also, a state 4x1 state championship in the relay team, ran 3rd and 4th leg. That just tells you right there, you in the 4th leg for Del City, you can what?
You can run.
You can run a little bit.
You running 2nd or 4th, you moving.
Yeah. So I just tell you right now, man, the young man was humble because you got a guy that comes over and takes his carries, and like I said, his Vipe had him ranked as as a top 3 running back and top 3 running back in 5A. That's some good talent because you got Xavier, over at Carl Albert as probably number 1 in 5A. Then you have him as number 3, but then you have what's the young man, I keep forgetting his name,
Rodney Fields.
Rodney Fields come over from Southeast, and he's probably number 2. Then you had this guy that's already on the team, number 3. So that just tells you how loaded Del City is. If Jones can get that defense, can make some plays, man, it's gonna be a great year. But I tell you, I'm gonna keep it 100. I think that first game against Choctaw is gonna be a little tougher than what you think it is, though. Choctaw put a picture out the other day, man, and they got some players over there, man. They got some players, man.
Got some big kids over there.
They got some guys over there, man. You look at them one day and it's like, damn. Then you look again, it's like, damn, what that kid? I mean, it's.
You saying they didn't go through the middle school?
Yeah, I know they didn't go to the middle school because I played their 7-on-7 team and seen some of those guys, man. But I don't know what they do when it comes to high school. They get those kids to come over there, man. And I mean, I don't know what the. I mean, I tell people all the time, man. I mean, not knocking Corbin, but he's a hell of a car salesman, man. He can get you to come over there, and you gonna believe in his words. The first few years, you're gonna be like, damn. But he does a good job getting those kids over there because I looked at one of his pictures he had one day, and it was like. And I was like, shit, they ain't got a chance to play with Del City. And the next picture, I said, oh, shit, Del City might
got
be
real dark real quick.
It got dark real quick. I wasn't trying to say nothing, but I'm just keeping it what?
He said, let's trick them. Let's take this picture.
Oh, man.
He's like, here's JV, now here's varsity.
Oh, man, I'm just telling you, man. I'm just telling you, man. They do not count the Yellow Jackets out. I ain't got the helmet on the table yet, but don't count them out because I'm telling you right now, they got a kid the other day. I think you just asked me about a man. He's getting some looks, man. I didn't know who the hell this kid. I had to go look for him on my Twitter page myself. Hey, they got some players, man. They get that quarterback situation figured out, man. Hey,
if you don't have a QB, it don't matter.
Man, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm hearing the left-hand kid gonna start, and you got Mark Williams, talking about his boy QB1. I just tell you, man, I'm gonna just say this. I'm glad I'm not a damn head coach. You know why? Because I don't have to cut some of these damn fucking parents out. Shut up. Just shut up. I talk shit when my boys got out of school. But, man, when you getting on Facebook at midnight, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and you just talk and then you take it off, man, if you can't leave it up and don't put it out.
Goddamn.
Am I right or wrong?
That's keeping it 100.
I mean, that's keeping it 100. If you can't leave it out and you're scared what somebody going to think, don't put it out then. Send it to your buddies. But don't put it on Facebook. Because the last thing I think anybody should do is talk about anybody's kid.
Mm-hmm.
Because
talking about somebody else's kid?
Yeah. I mean, you let your kid go out and compete.
Right.
I don't give a shit if you grew up in Choctaw, you grew up in Harry, you grew up in Grove, Oklahoma. Let your kid go out and compete. Don't compete for your kid. If your kid can't get the job done, and his ass shouldn't have the job. Am I right or wrong?
Well, sometimes it don't work like that.
I mean, what you saying then?
Sometimes it's politics.
It's not, man. If your kid can play, he can play. That's just all to it, man.
I get that too, but if they're equal.
If they're equal, that's equal. Play them both then, but don't get on there and dog the other kid out.
No, I'm not saying that. No.
Because if that daddy ain't dogging your kid out, because the first time that daddy say something about your kid, you're going to be mad as hell. Because I grew up in Choctaw. We're home grown. We shop at Walmart in Choctaw on 23rd Street. Who gives a shit?
He thinks because he went to Choctaw, his kids will start?
I guess so. But I'm sitting there saying, don't matter. If that kid, let me break it down. like I told you before, I don't care if you move in, right? As long as you move in.
The right way.
The right way.
Do it the right way.
But if your kid comes in before his freshman year, no matter where he lives.
Right.
Don't matter. That's why your freshman year is your only year it's open. Now after that, you got to pack up and move, unless you get some kind of hardship. But if your kid comes in his 9th grade year and he makes Chata, Carl Albert, Dale City, whatever school his home school in, he's fine. But don't get mad because that kid moved in his freshman year and now he's competing with your kid. Get better. Hey, Cash, we're supposed to have Cash on the show today. He's at a baseball tournament. Guess what? He lives 2 houses down from me. I was out cutting the yard last week, and he said, hey, yeah, we had a kid move in, but guess what? I'm going to compete for the job. He didn't say, well, you know what, man, I'm going to cry because this kid moved in and he's committed to OU, and I'm not going to. No, he said, you know what? I'm going to go compete.
Cash
He knows.
money, huh?
Yeah, he went out there. He went out there, worked out with Tom George in what was it, Missouri or Texas? Won
Texas,
camp
went out
MVP.
to Texas. The
Camp
kid
MVP.
can play, man. The kid knows. Hey, he's going to Oklahoma State next year to be a pitcher. Guess what? You got to compete then. Because my kid's an All-American don't mean that Coach Stiley and other coaches not going to go recruit another 57. Hell yeah.
Right.
You should. That's part of the game, folks. Parents, quit thinking that everything should be given to your kid. No, you got to go work. I had 5 kids. The last one, guess what? She worked. She knows. Because she's a good little guard don't mean she's going to be the best guard. Somebody's going to come in and try to take her job. It's my job to get her better, to get her the right training. If I'm going to sit on the couch and be like, well, you know what? They should start you because we lived in Carl Albert all our lives. Hell no.
Somebody said that.
Hell no. Go compete, parents. Quit trying to give your kid a spoon-fed meal because guess what? When he goes to college, they don't give a shit about what his last name, where you work at, how much money you got because they got more money than you. You think Nick Saban's care that you live in $1 million home? Shit, Nick got $3 million homes. So go compete. Quit trying to give it to your kid. Let him go compete. That's my
You're what?
saying on that subject.
You know.
I don't know. But let's get back into these rankings, man. Like I said, we had Braelon Adamah on, man. I know Coach Jones, like I said, Dell City, you know, like Ethan mentioned, they lose their outstanding offensive coordinator. They bring in a new offensive coordinator. And then, like I said, they bring in River Warren, you know, as a starting quarterback. You know, Jones is coming into his 3rd year. He's 18-5. You know, he's lost, 3 games in regular season and 2 in playoffs. He lose last year to Carl Albert, gets shut out. Then the year before that, he gets beat by Sand Springs. He wins district, in 6A small. Then, he comes down to 5A. Gets beat by, like I said, he gets beat by McAllister, Coweta, probably about a total of, 20 points at that. It might be even a little bit less than that. But, they come in at number 2 this year in 5A. They probably would have been number 1. But Carl Albert said, whatever you can do, we can do better. That's what they said. I don't know if they really said that, but if I'm them, that's what I'm saying. Because whatever you can do, Dale City, we can do better. Because they brought in River Warren, we bring in somebody from Texas.
He said Texas.
And he's already committed to who?
Oklahoma.
So
Boomer.
Boomer Sooner right there. But like I said, some of the guys that they be having, look out for them this year, be at the running back position. Like I said, they're going to have the Fields young man. Then they have, I think I got it right here, folks. You think I can see my own stuff, but I can't.
Who are you looking at?
I had the running backs right here.
I thought you just had it on.
Yeah, they got Rodney Fields, the guy that's already committed to Oklahoma State. They got Aaron Carter, is an outstanding. He's a senior, outstanding linebacker. He's going to be a senior. You can see him going somewhere big time. Then you got sophomore Richard Holmes already got an offer for Arkansas State has already offered him. Then you got Shaden Green, number 28. I'm a really big fan of this young man. I think he's going to just be a junior. So they're still loaded at the back still. Like I said, then you move Braelon out to the slot receiver. Then you go over to the on the defensive side of the ball. O-line, they're going to have the little brother of a young man that signed with K-State. What was his name? Signed with K-State.
Kanigel.
His little brother, Kanigel Thomas, his little brother is going to lead them on the offensive line. They moved him over to center, so he'll do big things and open up some holes for those running backs and protect River from getting hit. His name is Mr. Darian Thomas, and then the D line is going to be led by Fred Cosby and Tavian Johnson and Travis Kelly will lead that D line. Then like I said, in the linebacker you have Aaron Carter. Then that secondary you have LaDainian Thomas. Then you'll have Braelon Adamah. So Coach Jonah set up pretty good to have a good year. Like I said, he got to go take care of McAllister. He got that first tough game. Choctaw that can make or break your season.
Week?
Huh?
Is that
0 week. That's a great opening game, folks.
We might have to go to that one.
Maybe it'll be a game
Choctaw?
that maybe at Choctaw. We'll have our pastors been on the sideline, take pictures and kiss the babies. Probably just on the Dell City side. We probably go to Choctaw side. They probably throw eggs at us, but that's okay.
Throw eggs at you, not me. They like me.
They like me too.
They like me. I'll go over there and see them. Go over there and do a report. Would have been called. Come back and report back to me.
Reporting live.
Reporting live.
At that
Reporting live from Death Valley.
Death Valley. Is that what it's called over there?
Yeah, they call it Death Valley now.
Okay. Why is it that? Why do they call it Death Valley? What are they doing?
They went state.
It wasn't called that when I was there, but I don't know.
They won state.
We called it Sea Town.
Sea-Town.
That's what we called it. Now they call it Death Valley. I don't know.
Is it Death Valley Gold Standard?
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, let's get into some of these rankings before we close out of here, though. Like I said, the next few weeks we'll start breaking these schools down. Coming in at Big 6A, you got
Jinx at 3.
I got Jinx at 3. Coming in at Big 6A, you got who's number 1? Who y'all think number 1 is?
Always Bigsby.
Bigsby is number 1. Coming in at number 2 is who?
Union.
That kind of shocks me though. So, but
I like Jinx better than Union.
Yeah,
Did Jinx lose anybody from last year?
But they all
Did
play
they lose their
musical.
quarterback?
I mean, he might be at Jinx now. He might be at Union. They all play musical quarterbacks. So
musical
that's
everything.
yeah. So Union comes in at number 2. Jinx comes in at number
Look
3.
at who they got at number 5 though.
Number 5, you gotta give it up. I try to shout out to him today. I was gonna have him come on the show. Mr. Zoe Westmore.
What's wrong with them at 5?
What?
Is that too low? Too high?
Too high? I don't know. I mean, if we're talking historically, it's too high. But
they probably had him before he
did
lost
they-
all these kids to some other schools.
He did lose him.
He lost his best.
So he lost his kids again.
He lost his running back to who? And he lost
Carl Albert. No. He was at Mustang.
Death
Sorry.
Valley.
Oh.
Yeah, he lost 2 kids at Death Valley.
Oh.
So that's what I said.
That happens.
I saw a picture.
Was it an open lot?
I don't know.
Did it have a mailbox?
It was getting built.
A mailbox,
But I saw a picture. Like I said, it was like I was like, man. I said, man, Jones gonna run through Choctaw. Then I saw another picture, and I was like, oh shit.
He got black real quick. It was dark.
It's called Blackout.
It's called Blackout.
Blackout Sunday, I guess it was. So coming in at number 7 is Edmond Memorial, which is a good team up and coming. I like to see.
Number 6.
I'm sorry, number 6 is Edmond Memorial. Then number 7, they lose their starting quarterback with the killer name of Six Killer.
Where did he go?
I don't know where he ended up going.
6 Killer left.
He's not there. He's gone. He graduated.
He graduated.
Oh, that's right. I
went
thought he had
I
another year
saw
left.
it on Twitter.
No, he's gone. He went somewhere. I don't know where he went.
Was it like McNeese State or something like that?
You don't know.
And like Arkansas? Or
I
not
think he
McNeese
did.
State.
I think it was Monique State. We can give him a call.
State? Okay.
Call him right now. Then coming in at number 8, they lost their quarterback and running back to Jinx, but they got them at number 8. This is probably before they lost their guys. And coming in at number 8 is Broken Arrow. They've been down the last few years, won a state championship, and after that, everybody moved out. So I don't know what happened to them, but they're number 8. Coming in at number 9 is another team on this side of the state. It's Mustang. Lost some guys. Had the outstanding defensive back and receiver Jacoby Johnson.
Yep.
Haven't heard nothing about that kid since football last year.
No, he's a freshman. They probably redshirt him.
No, I'm just saying I ain't heard nothing about him though. I mean, so Mustang, they must still got a couple guys coming in at number 9, and then number 10, you got the great coach that came over from Deer Creek and coached a little bit at Choctaw, defense coordinator. I love this coach, man. I think he's a good guy. I think he can get things turned around. He got a top player, a couple players over at Moore. So good luck to Coach Bryant and the Moore Lions coming in at number 10. Then if you look into 6A small.
Boom.
Kind of funny though. I really wasn't really expecting to see this, especially after Choctaw. Choctaw beat up on Muskogee last year pretty good, so
they did.
They got Muskogee at number 1, but they got the best quarterback probably in the state, Coach Mr. Franklin.
Weapons this
year? He got the weapons. He got the receiver.
McGee.
Cade McGee's. He already committed to
UNLV.
UNLV. So big time to him. Got to have him on the show pretty soon. Good kid. So you got Franklin and Cade. both 1 and 2 punch there. That's going to get some things done. It's going to be hard to cover those guys. But then you got Choctaw coming in at number 2, which, the last 4 to 5 years they played in the state championship, come up short. Got beat last year by the team that's coming in at number 3, Stillwater. I don't know what Stillwater got. They lost their coach. He just took a job.
Yeah, in Arkansas.
In Arkansas, be the AD. So they're gonna start all over there. Then coming in at number 4 is Deer Creek. Deer Creek's a team that's always pretty loaded. They'll have some players. I always try to tell people Deer Creek is kind of like your, they're coming. I mean, it's no one really keeps an eye on them. They always have a kid move in here and there. Got the $1 million home, so they're gonna be able to get kids to come in. Then you got number 5. You got Sand Springs. Sand Springs a hit and miss. They always
Bobby Klink.
Bobby Klink's a good coach, but just can he get over the hump of winning a big game? I haven't seen it yet. He beat Dell City, a couple years ago in the first round of playoffs. Then he got beat, but then you got Bartlesville coming in at number 6. That just tells you, folks, I'm not being mean. It just kind of tells you how weak 6A small is.
They got him ranked over Booker T.
Booker T. That just tells you how bad this is. Then coming in at number 7 is Booker T. That only had 34 kids this year, so they lucky they have 30. So 34 on the team. Booker T ain't the same Booker T. Then coming in at number 8 is Ponca City. This tells you how weak 6A is, man. I'm telling you, 5A is stronger than 6A. Small. Then coming in at number 9 is Tahlequah. Tahlequah is known for what? Float the river.
Yeah.
He said float the river.
Float the river. You ain't never heard no Tahlequah football, have you? Everybody here shaking.
I know they got a college out there, Northeastern State.
And it's just they should give free scholarships there because they don't win nothing. Then coming in at number 10 is a team that used to be a powerhouse back in the day. It's Lawton, but they don't have it the same no more. Then we're gonna switch over to 5A. You got who coming in at number 1?
Carl Albert.
Coach Dunn.
Who else?
Boy, I want to ask you guys, all the talent he got, you guys see them going undefeated?
It could happen. Some people might call me crazy, but when I look at the talent on paper between Carl Albert and Dell City, I kind of like Dell City's roster better than Carl Albert's.
Now let's debate that real quick, Biggie. Why? And I just want to ask you
one
why.
will win early, and then the next one will. Whoever won the first one will get beat the second time.
But they won't play each other but one time though.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because they're not in the same. They're not in the same.
So whoever, I think they'll go undefeated. And then
you think they both can go undefeated though?
Go undefeated and get whoever wins.
I mean, they won't see each other to the state championship unless somebody slips up somewhere. Cool. But then
I want that.
You want to see the state
championship? I
championship?
want anybody that scares me.
Guthrie's a team, man. You got to watch out for Guthrie. Elgin's a team. I'm telling you right now, man. They're 1 or 2 players away from being really, really good. They're not sitting at number 4. Huh?
So they don't have those 1 or 2 players.
You never know. Everybody moves. So Popa comes in at number 5, and then you got Piedmont number 6. Then you got McAllister, a team that played in the state championship last year. They lost their All-American guy with the best hair.
Eric McCarty.
Yes, he signed a deal with Head and Shoulders. So no matter what he does at OU, he always has Head and Shoulders. Then coming in at number 8. No. Sounded good though. Coming in at number 8 is Bishop Kelly. Always a good team, but just don't see them making any noise.
Where's Bishop McGinnis?
Bishop McGinnis, they're probably trying to get on the board.
Their guys are gone.
Yeah, they all left.
All their players, their parents are tired of paying money to go to school, so they done put them in public school. So
I'm trying to tell my brother that. Can you say that one more time, E?
Hey, there's nothing against private school. I went to private school for a year. There's nothing against it.
I think I went there for 9 weeks.
I was there for a year. I went to Destiny Christian for a year.
There you go, Destiny Christian.
I guess Bishop McGinnis is probably expensive. I mean, that place is.
It is.
So, some of those parents are like, you can go win somewhere else for free.
For free.
So, that's it.
So
and get a free lunch too.
Yeah, free lunch.
God damn it.
That's it. You go. Then coming in at number 9 is Lot Mack. They're always a good team, depends on who moves into Lawton. So you can see them compete. And coming in at number 10 is El Reno. El Reno and has always found a way. They always knock off somebody off during the year, but it's mostly in basketball, not too much in football. Coming in the 4A, you got number 1, you got Wagner. Then you got Poto. You got Blanchard. Then you got Tuttle, which Tuttle is always a good team. You got Weatherford. Newcastle's a team that I'm looking for to make some noise in the 4A. Clinton, they always do some things. You got Ada, that used to be a powerhouse kind of down. Elk City and Bethany. Bethany's always a good team. They'll do some big things. And coming in 3A, you got a Heritage Hall, Lincoln Christian, Sofer, Perkins. Number 5 is Marlowe. Number 6 is Metro Christian. Number 7 is Plainview. Number 8 is Holland Hall, Cassie Hall, and then Bristow.
So if you want to pay for your child's school in high school and want to win, put them in a 3A school.
Because they're all
yeah. You know, Heritage Hall, Holland Hall, Cassia Hall.
They all gonna get it. They gonna get a good education. They gonna get the Lord in them too, huh?
Yep.
I like that. I like that. And finishing off in 2A, you got Washington that knocked off Millwood last year. Millwood got probably the best player in the state of Oklahoma.
Mickens.
Is
it Mickens?
Mickens? I think it's Mickens.
Mickens?
We got to have him on the show too, though. I need to catch up with him. Good
What
kid,
position?
man.
I need to see that guy in Crimson and Cream.
I'll tell you, he
What
moved.
position?
Wide
Wide receiver, hell of a basketball player. Played with Bronny James on their AU team. So to tell you what kind of skills this kid got, you gotta look out for Jones, man. We gotta have Jones coach, man. They coming in at number 3. They can make some noise there in Jones. And Ida Bell comes in at number 4. Then you got number 5. You got Victory Christian coming in at number 6. You got Kiefer. Then number 7 is Claremore. Number 8 is Viant, and then my man,
Red Martell.
Martell, we got to have him on again, man. Coming in at number 9 with Beggs, and then you got number 10 is who?
Rejoice
Christian. So, folks, I'll just tell you right now, man, it's going to be a great football season. We'll start breaking these teams down, talk about some of their players, coaches, and having them some on the show. Looking forward to this season, man. Like I said, that week 1 will be a great matchup with Dell City and Choctaw. Then I think you got Coweta and Carl Albert, but I think Coweta comes to Carl Albert. I think Carl Albert beat the brakes off of them. You'll probably see some of the young guys get a chance to play. I'm looking forward to this year because I think it's everybody talks about Carl Albert and Dell City, but don't count some of these other teams out in 5A. Piedmont's always a team that can sneak up on you and beat you. Then they got
Guthrie.
a new Guthrie too. Then people like I said getting a new AD and
I still need to go to that stadium. I still haven't been to a game at
Guthrie.
Yeah.
Guthrie's a nice stadium.
Rock Stadium.
Yeah, the Rock is pretty cool. It's kind of like OU Texas. It kind of goes around.
Split.
They're split. Yeah.
Oh,
You'll have Guthrie fans sitting on the Carl Albert side, but it's pretty cool. It's right there, man. I mean, it's tight. End zone's tight. I mean, the sidelines is tight. I mean, everything's tight.
When I watch it on like streams and stuff, it looks pretty.
River, I got the chance to watch River play in that game last year, bringing Bishop McGinnis back against Guthrie. Made some outstanding passes. So that's why I said it's going to be a good year, man. I don't know if he's committed to anyone yet, but we got to have him on the show. Folks, you young men, man, don't big leaguers. If we reach out to you, man, don't big leaguers because when you get in college, man, you're going to be just like.
Giving you a platform.
That's it. Talk to him, Big E, because some of y'all, man, you might be the shit right now.
I don't care if you're 4-star, 5-star, already committed to OU, OSU, Kansas State, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that's like this young man. He got K-State and he got TCU. He took the time out of his Sunday afternoon to have us on the show. And we're going to cut up and clown, but it's all for fun.
We even had David Stone on last year.
Man, you know what, man? I'm this kid right here, Mr. Stone, man. He needs to figure out what he wants to do, man. It's like,
man,
what's he want to do?
He want to come home. He wants to come home. He knows.
What's he want to go? Where's he going to go?
Has McHale said where he's going yet?
He announces here in a couple weeks. But once he announces, if
we figure out where he goes,
if McHale commits to OU, it's wrapped.
I tell me this.
He already got Jaden Jackson, that other kid that he was playing with. They already said that they wanted to play with each other in college, and then he just commits to OU.
Right.
So McHale, what is he going to play? He going to play on the defense side of the ball?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a safety.
Yeah, safety.
So I mean, it's good to see Zoe in the top 5 though, because a couple years ago I thought Zoe was on the hot seat. If he can finish in the top 4, he's gonna be doing some things. It's so funny, man, because I tell you, I couldn't coach.
I can get a
these
fake
days.
ID, go out there
man.
and play quarterback.
Let's think about it, man. You think you got a kid, and next thing you know, he packs up and leaves.
It's his parents.
Why do you think that is? I mean, you got a young one coming up.
They don't want to compete. I mean, it's the thing. I mean, I get it because it happened to me. I mean, I see it, but it's like you want to stay and be loyal, but if they're doing your kid wrong, you got to go.
But you think some of these coaches did these kids wrong, or some of these guys think, I go over here, I got a better chance to play?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, you like how these coaches are. They lie to you. Trust me, I love you. I love your son, blah, blah, blah. All that bullshit. At the end of the day, they're using your son the same way you're going to try to use them. So you're looking at the best benefit for your child to go where he needs to go, where he's going to start. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you know what happened to us. Same thing. Now that we know now. I'm gone. Bye. They did that to Zoe. What are you going to do? I'm out. Right?
Yes, I don't think I'm
Right
gonna pay. I mean,
I'm out.
I see what you're saying, man. You know, we had the opportunity to leave, but I didn't leave, man, because I don't. I think once you commit to something, you stay there and you try to build a foundation.
Man, that shit was 1990, 2000. It's a different world now.
I mean, that was only 4 years ago. So that my boys.
Well, I'm
when
just
a, when
saying
a coach
in general,
leaves, nobody bats an eye about it. But when a kid leaves,
it's a different world now.
I mean,
I think our generation, as parents, we went through that stuff. We were loyal. We're going to stay with this team, blah, 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 blah. And then the day, nothing happened for us. So it's like, okay, I'm out. So I'm going to do what's best for my child.
What do you think, E? So we close this out.
I mean, I'm not a father yet, but I'd like to think.
I love it.
I'd like to think, you know, I mean, of course, my child's best interests are going to be my best interests. So, if I think that there's a better opportunity somewhere else, and then I probably wouldn't even hesitate to go over there and move, because, you know, I'm not one of those guys that since I'm a alumni, it's like my kid has to be a Yellow Jacket. No, I mean, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I don't even plan on living in the state by the time I have kids. But, yeah, I think I think it's okay for parents to move their kids, you know, if they're actually moving, right. Having a fake address or whatever is one thing, but, you know, actually moving in and making that change and doing all that, if you're doing it the right way, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, it's just creating another opportunity for your child, and doing the best. You know, the kid that moved from Texas, you know, either way, he was going to have the starting job, or I wouldn't give him a starting job at Carl Albert just yet. But anyways, he moved up here, I think, for mainly, you know, being closer to the school that's recruiting him. You know, he wants to be able to do all those visits and to help better build that 2025 class and move them up. And also, he's going to be there with a couple future teammates. He's going to be playing with Rob this year. They're already going to get that connection and mesh going. And then, you got Tristan Haynes and forget Trinae Washington over there, OU. They both have OU offers. I don't think either of them have committed yet. But, that was a decision that him and his family made because that's what they thought was the best decision for him. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
So tell me this, before we close it out, what do you think about coaches reaching out and texting a kid? I know when a young man,
I think, as a high school coach, you shouldn't be able to be reaching out to kids and recruiting. I don't think.
And then putting like snake signs behind it by the kid, saying the school snaked you. I don't think a school snaked you, man. I think it's a tough situation, man, because, you look at it, man, and did Cash know this kid was going to move in from Texas to come to Carl Albert? No, I mean, nobody knows that, but that's part of life. Yeah, but I'm saying that's part of life, though, man. I mean, when you're a winning program, people's gonna move. I mean, there's a young man that just left Choctaw, went back to another school, and I know his family did all the right things, got the house, gonna be, ready to go. They had moved from Carl Albert to Choctaw. Now they moved back out of Choctaw back to Carl Albert because didn't like some of the things that's going on. Things happen.
I couldn't play for a coach like that, though.
What do you mean?
That sneaky stuff. I'm not saying one coach is doing one way or another, but I just couldn't. If he's not doing it right, I couldn't have my child in that program.
Yeah, and this is my biggest thing is that, I know our Bomber alumni is not like it used to be. Going to games. One thing I will say about Carl Albert, even at Del City, those guys bring back the guys that used to play there and come back and visit and sit on the sidelines, and I think that's what it's all about. One thing I don't see, and I'm being real because I have two boys that are graduates from Choctaw alumni. I don't see a lot of the alumni guys that graduate from Choctaw go back to Choctaw and support them a lot.
That's because they don't. They never had the tradition. They just now started.
Yeah, they're just
but
I will say, and I've been back to a couple Choctaw games since I've graduated. You see guys out there. I'll run into Mason Hale and Jack Funderburg. And
but is it organized, though?
Is it organized? No. It's just we kind of show up on our own, and it's not planned. It's like we show up and be like, oh, I didn't know you were going to be here. But,
But
I think guys do come back, but it's nothing organized though.
No,
for sure.
And I think that's what it's all about is building that chemistry. I got a chance to watch it this year. When we went to nationals, when UCO had guys that graduate 20, 30 years ago come back and watch these guys wrestle all the way in Iowa. Didn't have a kid on the team. Probably didn't know a lot of the kids, but it's just that alumni they built and brotherhood they built, kind of like OU. You ever watched OU? Those guys get together, Bosworth and Jamel
Well, that's
Holloway, Charles.
tradition,
I'm just
though.
saying. No, I'm just saying. No, I think that's what you got to have, and Carl Albert has that. You know, I'm not tooting the horn because my kid's at Carl Albert now. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a little bit more love because I mean I'm over there, but you know I see what they do. I see what done, and I see what what these guys pour into it, man. I mean they love their program. With Coach Robert Jones, love his program. Kids.
But you gotta have a coach that loves his program, or you gonna have a coach that's cocky and just it's for him.
Yeah.
You gotta know, is it for the coach or is it for the program? That's what you gotta ask yourself.
Yeah. I mean,
There's some coaches that just want to win, and they're gonna use your child and win, and then I love you, and yada yada yada, and then you're gone, you're graduating, and it's next.
Yeah, next man up. No, I mean
they could care less about that kid.
But it should. I mean, and like I said, every person's got their own how they feel about things. I'm just saying I like that, having that alumni that you come back and you support the team and all that, because it helps get you jobs in the future and stuff like that. But like I said, each coach is different. You can't change a coach. They're gonna coach the way they want to coach. They're gonna do the things they want to do. My mom used to always say, everything go in the dark comes to what?
Light.
So you might not get caught today, but you might get caught tomorrow.
God don't like that.
So be prepared when you do get caught. So, folks, it's another great show of what?
Keeping it 100 Oklahoma high school sports.
And we'll catch you in 2 weeks. I will be gone next week. I'll be in Dallas, hoping we can win the Prime Nationals and get ready for the MAYB Nationals. Like I said, it's great to get on the show with these two young men. I mean, I think when we talk football, you can see our last show, we had over 200 some views. And, when you start getting these young men and coaches on, people like to hear what we're talking about. We always got the juicy gossip. So always tune in, because we're going to tell you who has that new house.
And keep liking, subscribe, comment, share, retweet, all that good stuff. And we'll see you on the next one. See ya.
See ya!
I gotta keep it